Okay, tubes, I'm out here today just messing with the motor a little bit. We still got to get an alternator. This has got a return line on it. I think the small one's a return line. Let me see if you're even seeing all that. Because I got you on my tripod today. Let me change some stuff around here for you. Try to lock that tripod in so you can see. It's still done on my cell phone. Cell phones are awesome, ain't they, guys? YouTube, a lot of stuff comes off cell phones nowadays. Anyway, I think this one right here might be a return line. This is probably a main. And let me clean your lens here. There you see it. Alright. We got the new starter on. That's the one I got from Amazon. I'm gonna actually change it here real quick. We got these. They're spacers. I don't know if it's supposed to be one or two, or what these do actually is space your starter away from your flex plate. A lot of people are going to call it a flywheel. Flywheel, it's really not a flywheel, it's called a flex plate. Because it flexes, it can. The flywheel would be more of your stick shift cars and stuff like that. And they have little things here. That one's a little bent, but I'll straighten it out. They're thin. And all these is a shimmy. And you only got to take one bolt out to do this. I just got to figure out which way it shims. Looks like I don't have the my back bolt down far enough. There, I'm grabbing it. I think I'm putting that shim in wrong, guys. Well, I figured it out because it's the first for me. I never really used these things. But this starter here works on a big block and a small block Chevy. And these shims do not fit. They come with it. There's no way for to make this work. Literally. Right out of the box, it's not going to fit. Let me grab you off here and show you. You can see it's in back there. But you can see it needs, so I'm going to make marks and nip them. So put them in the grinder and it'll work fine. Alright, now and if you watch a couple of my videos going back, actually probably about a month, I don't put tons of videos on, so you're going back a month ain't my bad. That paint marker I got from Walmart, it did the trick for what I wanted, but it ain't worth much for automotive. I will say that. Alright, and this is what I'm doing, guys. I'm making a notch. I'm over here in my bench grinder. I'm making a notch in there. You just want to be careful with bench grinder. You don't push real hard, because you do, if you catch in here, you could seriously get hurt. A cheap bench grinder is not good. It's going to hurt you, but the one I got over here is an older style bench grinder. It's like a 2 horsepower. That will really hurt you. And this is all I did. I haven't even tried it yet. Let's see. I want to show it to you first. I think just that little notch is going to do it. And it does. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and that's like if you work on cars, everything actually, not just cars, even computer stuff or anything. If you buy something that says it's bolt on, don't always believe it, because everything ain't always bolt on. I'm going to take this one I just did, turn my thing on, and use that as a template. Now these ain't gonna be exact. My first one actually was a bigger notch. Let's see if the second one works. My own is a fit, because the first one I had a lot of room to play with. The second one needs a hair bit more. Not tons. I think that'll do it. If you notice me hardly moving, getting up and down, that's because this side, my hip, it's got 2 plates and 7 screws. If you're new to the channel, I don't move around the best. That's why I don't put a lot of videos on here, guys. I wish I could. I'd probably get up to my 1,000 subscribers a lot quicker if I could put more videos on, but I do what my hip and my body lets me. And that's not too much. I forgot where I put that. Right here. That's another thing from since my accident. My short-term memory is not the best. Now this piece right here, your shim, you might have to bend that or do something, because that sticks out if you got a set of headers on there. There is a torque spec to them, but I don't know what it is. I'm just sticking them in there for now. I put one shim in to try to see how close it is. I might get them headers, or I might just put stock manifolds on it for now. I'd have to something so when I do try to fire it, it just ain't going everywhere. But when I try to fire this, I'm not going to actually have everything hooked up, as in per se. I'm going to just put a little gas down in your actual carburetor. Just or even carburetor cleaner. Spray it in there just to see. And I might make homemade plug wires. So, first we got to get their plugs. Yes, these plugs are shot, old, no good, and everything else, but so it came with it. The only thing I don't have tons of money. Let me show you that something right here. Try to hold it. You can see this one right here, it's got a lot smaller gap than the other one, just a hair. But you can see how they're burning, it looks like burning like a oil or something. But this one was burning pretty good. This one not so good. But we'll clean them up. As long as the motor sounds decent, if it burns a little oil, I don't care. It's just to move it around. Drive it a little bit till we get the big boy sitting down there, 350 done. You gotta take baby steps when you don't have money, guys. I'm gonna set them there. All I'm gonna do is brush these off. I'm trying to brush some of the carbon off. This is actually going to be a long video today, probably, because I ain't going to stop and start it. I'm going to show you everything as I'm doing it. We're going to have to get some anise. That's the stuff that, look at a little thing here. You do not want to, you can get this on your parents' stuff. It'll wipe off pretty easily with the right cleaner. But you definitely don't want to get it on your clothes and all. This stuff is awesome if used properly. Put a little on your thread. You don't need a lot. See how I screwed that in by hand? You should be able to do that. If you can't screw your plug in by your finger like that, there's something wrong. Now, if you don't clean your plug and everything, you try to put it in, yes. I can see, maybe. But if you cleaned your plug and cleaned everything right, it should go right in. Now, if you're working on a newer Honda or something like that, or whatever, and you took the plugs out when it's warm or hot, yes, it can be tighter to take out, but when it cools off and everything's cool, you should be able to take any plug on any motor and put that thing in by osmosis by hand. You should never have to use a force. If you got to use force, it means the threads ain't lining up right. These are actually all like plugs. So it's a factory plug for this type of motor and all. So all it was back in the day, auto lights and a couple other brands. Nowadays you got NGKs and E3s, and I liked the E3s for a while. Thought they were pretty good. But after a while, it's just like a standard plug and don't last long. I use, and I'm going to use in this motor and probably the other motor, I use NGKs now. And they're not paying me or sponsoring this video or nothing like a lot of them do, but I love NGKs. I use them in everything. That's why I was running into all my scooters. When I go get a scooter plug, if I need one, I got an NGK. And make sure when you do get your NGKs, or I think I'm sounding that right. Well, anyway, make sure that you get the proper one for your setup. They are different. They make a hotter and a colder plug, guys. And I can tell you in a second how that works. Might have to move you now. Move you a little bit. And I think this is the plug that I had a hard time getting out. But I didn't keep on wrenching on it. It had carbon or something built up. I was taking it in and out slowly. And I didn't keep on going in and out, in and out, in and out. And see, that one's screwed in. Pretty sure I had some. Well, if you go in and out real quick, and keep that up, and don't let it cool down for a second or whatever, you can actually break that plug off because the metal's heating up. I'm gonna put them all in except number one. Because there is two top dead top center or whatever you want to call it when the piston's all the way up. There's one that when it's going to be open and when it's closed. And when you time it, you want it when it's closed. But I should be able to also put all these plugs in by the people that took this out and just hooked the wires up because they didn't take anything off. But I'm going to still check it. Top dead center, that's what it's called. And I had a little more grip than I liked, so I just blew some off. And remember, you don't need tons of this anti-seize. A little will go a long ways. And if you ever, this is good to put on your lug nut threads. Not the lug nut, guys, the lug nut thread. The actual thread of it. You put that on there, and it's easier to take the rim off, especially if you run an aluminum rim on an older car and it sits there and gets galled to your say you got an older car that's got drum brakes that can get galled to it. Put a little of this on there, not a lot. Clean that up. This will keep it from doing that. But you put it on the threads, because if you put this, that anti-seize, you get that anywhere near on the outside of that lug, you can actually take that lug and also suck it through the rim. You know, people go, oh no you can't, stuff like this and that. No, it won't give you a right torque reading on a lug. I watched someone do it, and I had my work down at Walmart. That's one of the reasons we fell out and some other stuff. Well, anyway, the top dead center on this motor, let me grab you. Right here's the mark, but if you're doing it while it's in the motor, turn right there. That's where you're gonna, the light's gonna flash, and it's gonna be set up there. So let's go ahead and set you back down here. Make sure I don't drop you no more. I only got one spare phone. Let me show you a little trick that I do with a screwdriver. And if you do this with a screwdriver, do it on an engine stand, or you can do it in the car, but make sure you turn it by hand, guys. You got a screwdriver in there. This thing's got great compression. Look at it. Oh man, this thing has one heck of a compression. Should be close right there. Just me trying to turn that thing over. I could hear. You can take your screwdriver if you're careful. Don't shove it in there. Right there's top of the piston. I'll show you what I mean. You don't leave that in there. You can put it on the tip here. See, it's going down, guys. See how it went down? So it's over here. Let's see if we can reverse this without getting a bolt. Just to show you. See how it's pushing that out? But there's two of these. I'm going to try to get it close to the factory. It's showing a little mark here, something like that. So, that's up that center. It's the top of the compression stroke you want. The other stroke is going to be a valve or something's going to be open. It's not compression. And then we're going to take didn't mean to do that. Hit my freaking hip on the thing, but anyway. We're going to turn the cap here. I'll take you off of this and see if we're right. This is the first time looking in this stripper too. Now we're going to go ahead and take this off. Be easier. We only got this sitting on there as a dummy, remember? Ain't nothing really hooked up or nothing. There we go. Couldn't get that nut off and all that and spacers and stuff that I made, remember? They were sticking. Alright, gently set this down. Don't want to drop that. Break it. Alright. Got one more to go here. Now, if this is on compression stroke, as in, make sure you're seeing this. There. If this is on the compression stroke, when I pop this cap off, right here, this should be number 1. It means it's facing this way. If it's on the other stroke, it'd be 180 out, which would be on the back one straight across from it. And it's 180 out, but that, I know it isn't, but I'm just saying on the compression stroke, it's 180 out. What I'll show you, We know this piston's up, but it's a valve open. See where that is? So, let me show you. If I take, make sure ain't nothing in there. I'm getting my long screwdriver again, just for testing purposes. I'm going to make it so as I tighten it. Now if I take this one full stroke around, man, this thing does have some compression, guys. I'm going to say right about there. That's about 10 degrees. You can see it's facing towards the actual cylinder. So, and we're going to take this. If we got that right, this should be up. And it is. See, it's up. So we know it's pretty well still in timing. And we'll look at the distributor cap. Distributor cap's got a little spider. Distributor cap looks pretty good for a test fire, guys. When you do this, you always want, on these type of disturbers, you want this facing this way. It will not fit. I'm going to try to show you any other way. It's actually got a notch. Fits right in there, see? Then make sure you get your clamps down. Do one across from each other. That way you know you got it right. And double check yourself if you're not for sure. Never did anything like this. It's in there nice and tight. The only thing we got to do, I'd have to put a battery on here. And then to test, see if it is sparking. I do not know. I wish I had some used spark plugs, wires, but I don't. I might have to just make some out of wire. And wire will work because it's a conductor. And that's all that is. You can see I turned it all the way in. I'm not tightening these all the way up, I'm just snugging them. As you can see, I'm barely putting any force on them. These are they probably got the torque spec for these two, you never know. They got torque spec for everything. And it's good to actually use your torque spec, but if you build enough motors, use enough, you know how tight to put something, how not tight to put it. So, that's everything. And all we got to do is, as I said, open these butterflies and put a little gas down there, and you're good. But you need to make wires to go from there or wherever. So, but everything's back together like we need to see it. Need a set of headers on there. I'm going to grab the ones upstairs. That way, when I'm going to start it, it's just not going flames out the side or whatever. Because if it throws raw gas, if it does throw raw gas and flame up and you get the gas on you, wouldn't be a good thing. You are seriously get burnt. Let's see if we can get up here. I'm going to use the ones I bought up at Carlisle. I'd love to use them on the car, but I don't think I can. I got some short bolts here. I'm trying to see if I can find I have header bolts that came with that kit that I didn't get rid of. But I got some short bolts here, guys. Oh. This came off the 350, this stuff. I got some spark plugs. These are AC Delco. That's like original brand. We had 7. There's one missing, looks like, on there. I really ain't sure what size that is. I'm going to move this hat. That's why I call it a hat. This is the size, but it's not the right thread, I can tell you. Okay, got your back. Oh, it's color or something, I don't know. I don't know what that is, and there we go. It's back to normal. Anyway, it looks like it cut off when I was up there talking about the actual bolts. The only thing I did after that was bolt these on. These are 9/16. And I showed you, you missed the difference. I'll show you again. If anybody wants to know. And if it's on the video already, we're good. But if not, I think I missed it. This is the difference. I get all this TLC, Tractor Supply Store or whatever. These are grade 8. They can use them in frames, suspensions and stuff. It's a real strong bolt. Grade 5 is your next. And grade 3 they sell. And they sell them by the pound. These are like 4 something a pound. These are like 3 and 2. A lot cheaper than going to Walmart or Lowe's, Home Depot to get a bolt. You can get everything here a lot cheaper. Alright. Then I went upstairs. Looks like you missed that because it cut off like right up there. Went upstairs and then I got the headers. These are the ones I bought up there at Carlisle, which are close. But they don't exactly fit. This side is close. You could cut it and probably shove it header and some. But when you do, right here is what's getting. I think this is the part that hits on the header. So, or it might be these. I don't really remember. But I'm going to probably just use stock manifolds. You are seeing that pretty good, right? Yeah. I'm going to use stock manifolds. And then you missed, I was talking, let me see it, move around here, my one good leg. And this side, I was talking about the steering goes down through here and whatever, and you can't use these on this side. They have to be modified. Alright, the only other thing that I did was put the hot wire on, and you missed it, but these are usually 1/2 inch, but it's a 12 millimeter bolt. Don't know why. Japanese starter probably, but it's a 3 horsepower torque starter, high torque. So, and then I was saying about the catch up here. I'm going to use this. It's an amp wire. It's blue. on your cars, on most of the Chevys, it's a purple wire that's your starter wire. I'm going to see if I can put a connector on that or something and use it. I just don't know if I got a connector big enough. This is actually would be a red or a blue on your connectors. I have, and then all I'm going to do is take the other end of this and touch it to the positive when I'm ready. That one fits. And that will actually turn the starter over. That one don't. Alright, I'm going to use this. This actually is more yellow than anything. You see a gap? But if you clean enough wire off of this, sometimes you can do it with your finger now. If you want good contact, then I'm going to take this just for mock-up, so it really don't matter. I just want to see if it's going to turn over or start up, and if it starts up, it makes any noises. That's all I'm going for. I'm going to shove it in there. Then I'm going to crimp it. You can use anything to crimp these if you want. They actually make a tool. A crimping tool, which I got right here. They're a little, these are a little rusted. But you see the crimps. And all you do is set that in there where it needs to be, and you squeeze. Yeah, squeeze pretty hard. You don't want that loose. And see it smushes them both ways. That's on there pretty good. I actually found that in my dad's car. I asked him if he needed it anymore. He said nope. It was something from he was working on, or he found them somewhere. I don't know. I got to clean them up a little bit, but other than that, we are good. And since the rest is metric, we know that is going to be a metric. I'm going to try to bend that a little bit. Like that will work. I know I'm taking my time in doing this, but by doing that, I know it's going to come out better. I'm just guessing this is probably a 5/16, and it does work. It is loose. Here. I just tightened that with my fingers. That's all you need. Now I'm going to run this like I did the other one. Actually, let's pull this one out. Set that one on the bottom, because it's all coated or whatever. Just trying, like I said, run these together for now. Let's set. Need some. I'm going to take these pliers. Not recommended to do this, but shouldn't hurt them. because it's got cutters on the end, but I'm going to just see if I can close that a little bit. So to hold that in there for now. So you can hear this run. If it's going to run. So make sure we're still recording. Looks like we are, I just can't see no numbers. Saying stop and pause, so I think we're good. And I'll just touch that on there. Now we need a ground wire. This actually has 2 ground wires, as you can see. So I'm going to actually use them both. You could ground it here, but I'm going to actually go ground it there. You know what? Can we get that on there? Nope. For now, I'm going to see if I can... I don't know what size this is. I'm hoping it might fit, might not. Yep, I'm going to put one here. That's actual ground. And when I do it, I like to actually ground to the block, if you can. Or ground to a head or something like that. We'll get a bolt. That way you know you got a good ground. Because just sticking that ground wire on anything ain't going to work. And as right now, that's not going to work neither because the bolt won't fit through, guys. So I might have to just use these. I'll use doubles. So it won't fit on there neither. We're going to have to put it up there for now. It's not. And later on when I go to do it, I can actually make that hole bigger if I want. But I didn't want to hook any of this, so I know none of it's really loose. I'm just hoping there ain't too much rust in it, because rust will keep it from grounding. You always need a good ground and a good hot. So look at the S10, what it was doing. We're having ground issues, remember guys? This is ½ inch. I think that's 9/16 or is ½ inch. That's ½ inch. And it's snugging pretty good. Now, if I want to use this for a ground, I can, or I can take, because I'm going to use jump cables. Or I can just put the jump cable on somewhere, but I just stuck that on there for now. Just in case. We take a bolt out or something like that. But she's ready to rock and roll, except plug wires. So I'm going to have to try to make some plug wires. I grab some wire around here to each one of these. Tell you what you missed, I was talking about it cut off again. Every time your phone goes update or something like that, it's cutting off my thing. But anyway, got that on. If I want to use a ground wire, I can. All the plug wires still, that's what I said. I'd make the plug wires or buy some if they were distributed the same. Other than that, it's ready to rock and roll. I tried to show you about that awesome, which you, well anyway, you've seen my hands. And I got it in a spray bottle that's just a fabric like spray smell. I don't know if I have one of the bottles, but you get it from the Dollar Tree. Everything's $1. I was looking for a bottle. It's called Awesome, and it does leave a film on stuff if you're washing stuff, but it works great. And you can see how clean my hands are. So, I think I probably showed you in one of the other videos but I don't see a empty bottle. I gotta buy some more. It's $1 a bottle. Well worth it. So, well, anyway, it's gonna be 3 videos here because it cut off again. So, if you like this video, thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. At least watch one. Please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000. If I can get to 1,000, I'm gonna make a couple dollars a month. Even if it's only $50 a month, that means $50 more that I can put to this and that I don't have. So, until later, bye. And the only thing I can tell you is do what you want in life. Don't let anybody tell you any difference. Just go try.